welcome. And if you're a new subscriber, welcome. If you have not already done so, please go ahead and subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss when I upload new videos. For those of you that are new here, my channel is about cerebral palsy because I myself have cerebral palsy and I want to help those who have disabilities understand just because you have a disability doesn't mean you can't live a productive life, because you absolutely can. Just don't let anybody ever tell you that you cannot achieve a goal. And if you're hearing some noise in the background, it's because my husband's playing a game on our Xbox. It's Call of Duty that he's playing. Um, but don't let anybody ever tell you that you cannot achieve a goal just because you have a disability. They're wrong for telling you that, and they shouldn't be telling you that. They should be lifting you up instead of telling you that you can't accomplish a goal. Now, with that being said, everyone is welcome to the Hot Wheels Mama Sam Talk Show. Now, what I want to talk to you guys today about was, I told you that that I was going to do an updated version about the scoliosis. They did the surgery in 94. I was little when they did it. I do remember them doing it, but I don't remember the exact date on them doing the surgery. So it was done in 94, and it took 16 hours to do because back then all they had was the titanium, and the name for that, the titanium rods, are called Harrington rods, for those of you that don't know. Like I said, it took 16 hours to do this surgery. And I was out of school for almost a year before it healed. I tried to go back to school a week after, but my crazy self thought I could do it. And I realized that I couldn't do it. So what they had to do is basically, back in the day, is basically break my back. They opened my back, of course, with whatever tool they were using. And this is the part that I don't remember. They used whatever tool they used for that type of surgery. So they basically had to break my back, put the metal rods in, and set them where they wanted them. Because keep in mind, guys, I have severe scoliosis. And then they put the wires from my tailbone to the top of my neck. So now I can't turn my head. I can only turn my head a certain degree. Same way with me bending my neck. I can bend my neck back just fine, but I can't bend it forward without it hurting. And sometimes if I lay on my back too long, my tailbone starts to hurt. And that's not a great feeling to have. I still have back issues. I will always have back issues. Um, but I take medication for it. Do I like taking the medication? No. But I have to take the medication. Because if not, my back will feel like it's on fire. And I don't like that feeling. Now keep in mind, guys, when I had the surgery done, all they had was keratin rods. Now I'm going to tell you a cool part that you might not know. Now they have these flexible rods that are plastic, so you're still able to move. And I was like, when I first heard that, I was like, I wish I had that. I wouldn't be going through so much pain. And if anybody knows me, they know that I can tolerate pain, but sometimes the pain in my back gets so unbearable that I can't function, and that's why you guys will always see me in my bed 90% of the time. I mean, I can sit in my wheelchair for a while, but after a while, my back is like, no, you're going to do it the way that I tell you to do it. And I have to do it that way, because if not, I'm not going to be able to make it for that day, or who knows, however long. The last time I set up that long is for a day and a half. And that was because I went to see my fiance. And trust me, I paid for it. And the same way going back. Like, it was just... Like, I'm glad I made the trip because I found the most wonderful guy that you could possibly meet. But at the same time, when I got back, I couldn't move for about a week. I can only push it so far now that I'm older. My back will only let me push it so far. And then it tells me, nope, time's up. You're going to do it my way, in my way only, and I have to listen to my body. That's why some of the times, guys, there was a few days that I missed, and that was because my back was hurting. And when my back hurts, I can get really mean, because nobody knows what that feels like. For those of you that have had the metal rods put in your back, or if you have scoliosis, you guys know what that pain feels like. Hello? You guys know what that pain feels like. But for those of you that don't have cerebral palsy, you might not know what that pain feels like, and it's unbearable. You can even ask my husband, I'll tell you. There's nights that I cry. There's nights that my wires pop out, and I literally have to get him to push on my back to put the wires back in my back so I can move. Yeah, they hurt like no other when they're coming out, but when they stay out, I can't move. And the doctor told me that I can get them taken out, But here's the thing, guys. I'd rather deal with the pain and then lose my life. And I say that to say this because he told me that if I were to get him taken out, there was a 50-50 chance that I would not survive. So me as a mom and me as a wife, and I call him my husband even though he's my fiance because we've been together for 11 years. So that is why I refer him to my husband. And I had to think about them, what was more important, me losing my life or the people that I love the most losing the people that they love the most. And I chose them over the surgery. I rather deal with the surgery or with the pain than deal with that surgery. And let me put it this way to you guys. Unless it's life threatening, I'm not getting that back surgery done. I've already talked to my husband about it. I've talked to my our kids about it. And I've talked to my dad about it before my husband came in the picture. And I told my dad, I said, I'm not getting this surgery done. And he asked me why. And I told him because there's a 50-50 chance that I'm not going to come out of that surgery. And I'm not willing to take that chance. And like I said, if it's life-threatening, then I would do something about it. But because it's only causing me pain, I understand that that it hurts a lot. But I rather deal with the pain and take the pain medication than do the surgery. And you guys, again, the reason why I'm not doing the surgery is because there's a 50-50 chance that I will not come out of the surgery. And the way I look at it, our children need their mom, and my husband needs his wife. And they put a bunch of dressings on my back. I think they actually sewed my back up, and then on top of the sewing, they put staples in. So that way, if the stitches came out, then there was a backup. Because with a surgery like that, you gotta take all precautions on what's gonna happen. And what's to say if one of the stitches came out without the staples, that I wouldn't have made it to the hospital in time to get the emergency surgery. So that's why my doctor at the time did what he did. And I'm grateful that he did that because he saved my life. And I always tell people, my mom hasn't done much for me in my life. But the best thing that she could have done was make me get that surgery because I told her that I didn't want the surgery. But the doctor explained to me. Now, you gotta keep in mind, guys, I was really young when this happened. I think I was like 14 when this happened. Um, you gotta keep in mind, guys, I didn't want this surgery. But after the doctor explained to me, if you don't have this surgery, you're gonna die of a heart attack. And he showed me why. My spine was so curved that if we waited much longer, I would have had a heart attack and died. So when he said that, I was like, you know what? Just do it. I know it's going to cause me pain afterwards, but just do it. Because I don't want to lose my life. Like, I literally had my whole life to live, and I wasn't willing to be selfish just because I didn't want the surgery done. But after he explained it to me, and I don't remember what the doctor's name is anymore. It's been so long that I don't remember the doctor's name anymore. But once he explained it to me, what would happen if I didn't get it, I was on board with it. Because like I said, guys, I didn't want to lose my life. And I still don't know the surgery, so I'm not going to take that chance and be selfish. Because I'm not about being selfish anymore. When I was little, I could be. Because I want everybody to do everything for me because I had cerebral palsy. And if I could get everybody to feel sorry for me, then they would do it. But I'm not about that anymore. I bust my butt to do what I have to do for myself. I may not do it right sometimes, but the way that I look at it, if I feel like I'm not doing it right, then I have to fix that issue. And I'm not proud of making people feel sorry for me now. I'm not proud of that. That's not what I'm all about. I'm all about helping people and doing the best that I can for myself and helping other people. I just, I was just selfish back then. And I wasn't the greatest person. I know that people say I'm perfect, but nobody's perfect. If somebody tells you they're perfect, they're lying to you. Because nobody's perfect. Nobody makes the right decisions all the time. And that is what I struggle with sometimes today. I make mistakes, but you learn from your mistakes. And I had to push everything aside for a minute, work on myself. And then once I worked on myself, everything else fell back into place. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is because everybody kept telling me that I couldn't do certain things because I was in a wheelchair and I had a disability. But what people don't realize, guys, It's just because you have a disability doesn't mean that you have to live your life like you can't do something, because you can do whatever you set your mind to. And like I always tell people, don't let people tell you that you can't do something just because you have a disability. They're absolutely wrong for telling you that. So I try to push forward through my depression, bipolar, PTSD, and severe depression. And then I also try to push through the pain I have in my backs. Or in my back, not my backs. My back. And then I have other things that I have to push through. And like I've always said, guys, I'm not the type of person that gives up. I may say I'm gonna give up. I may say I'm done. But at the end of the day, I'm not done until my sister tells me I'm done. That's why I push so hard. And you guys might be like, wait, you may say, or you said you have two sisters and one brother. I do have two sisters and one brother. But what you guys don't realize is my mom had a stillbirth. And so people may think this is strange, but I consider her my guardian angel. And she's the one that asked me to do this. And that's why I started doing YouTube pages the way that I have. Or that's why I started doing my YouTube channel the way that I have. Because of her. She has given me a lot of strength through the years where I didn't think by any means was I going to be able to do this. And some people have told me she's just a reincarnation of myself, and I don't, guys, I don't believe that. Granted, my mom and my dad said after her, if she would have survived, that they wouldn't have no more kids. But I still don't believe that I was reincarnated. I don't know where people get that from, but I think it sounds stupid. I really do. I think it sounds stupid. So I consider her my guardian angel. And I will always consider her my guardian angel. I don't care what anybody says. But with that all being said, guys, I'm going to tell you why I shared all this. Because there are a lot of people out there that don't know what scoliosis is. It may sound strange to you, but a lot of people out there don't know what scoliosis is. They don't know how cerebral palsy affects other people. They only look at your disability instead of your ability. And I've always said, and I will say this until the very end, I've always said that from here on out that I would do my best to help people. I will do my best to give them strength. And I will do my best to help them if they have any depression issues. And I think the reason I want to give up, or I wanted to give up, was and is because of my depression, my bipolar, and PTSD, and general anxiety. But once I started taking my medicine again properly, I don't feel that way anymore. I don't, and I'm so proud of the progress that I have made. It wasn't easy, but I did it with help. And the help that I got was my husband helping me, telling me that I could do this, not to give up, and our kids. That's the only thing that saved me, was their help. Now, my kids didn't know the extent of it. They know that I have severe depression and anxiety, but they don't know about, well, they do now because I explained it. Because, and I say they do now because they watch my YouTube videos. So I want you guys to know that I'm always gonna fight no matter what. I may talk a lot of crap and say, I'm gonna give up, I'm done with this. But at the end of the day, I'm not giving up. I came so far. I was born 2 pounds 15 ounces when I was born. And I had to have open heart surgery at 2 weeks old. Yeah, because I had a hole in my heart. I had a hole in my heart. It was the hardest thing that I had to go through. Because, yeah, I don't remember it when I was 2 weeks old, but I do remember as me growing up, I had to get multiple surgeries. Surgery after surgery. And again, guys, I will go do another video and talk about all the surgeries I've had. Instead of you guys going back to look for that video, I'm just gonna do another video for those of you that want to watch it again, and for those of you that are new here. Because I want you guys to get what people have to go through that have disabilities. Not all people that have disabilities have to have surgery, but I say about 70 to 80% of the people have to get surgeries. And I'm hoping that if you have to get this type of surgery, that you learn something from my videos. And as I always say, guys, remember, um, just because I went through the same thing, it doesn't mean that you're gonna go through the same thing. But also remember, always tell people, if you want to do something like this, always consult your doctor, no matter what it is. Always consult your doctor. Please, please do not take my word for a grain of salt, because it may not work for you. And if you try to do the things that I've done, it may hurt you. And I don't want that. So always consult your doctor. What I'm telling you is, from my experiences, I'm telling you, just because I've done it, it doesn't mean that it may work for you. And some of the things that I've talked about may work for you. But just keep in mind, please, guys, always consult your doctor, and always tell your family or friends what you're thinking about when it comes to surgeries or any medical procedure for that matter. Like when I talk to my kids, I don't hide from my kids. I tell them this is how it's got to go. And then once you explain it to them, they they understand it, but you also have to explain it on a kid's level. Because if you don't explain it on a kid's level, they're never gonna understand what you're trying to say to them. But for me, I never hide stuff from my kids. And I've gotten that way because in case I have to have a surgery and I'm not able to answer my phone or whatnot, then they know why I'm not able to answer my phone. It's not because mama is ignoring you, it's because mama is in pain. Now, both my kids don't like me having surgery because my daughter always thinks I'm not going to come out of it. So, but they don't they don't like when I have to have surgery. Heck, I don't even like when I have to have surgery. People say to me, "Darn girl, you've had so many surgeries. How doesn't it bother you? You must like surgeries." Wrong. And I tell you you're wrong too. I'm blue in the face. I hate with a passion to have surgeries. I will put it off and put it off and put it off until I can't take the pain anymore. And then when the pain gets severe, that's when I'm about to do something. Because half of the time, the doctors look at you like you're crazy and you don't know what you're talking about. And they say, "You can't be in that much pain." What do you mean I can't be in that much pain? I am in that much pain. Um, so I will go the very last minute before I go into a doctor's office or a surgeon's office. Because then, if I wait till the very last minute, then they'll do something about it. But then I'll still try to push the surgery off. The only one I didn't push off was my knee surgery, and that's because I broke my knee. And was that surgery fun for me? Absolutely not. Because I was in the fixator for 10 months. I couldn't go nowhere, I couldn't do nothing because I couldn't sit up because of the fixator. Because you guys gotta remember, there's 4 screws in my knee. I don't know exactly how he put them in. He probably have told me, but I don't remember. Because when I come out of surgeries, I'm either vomiting because of the anesthesia, because they either gave me too much anesthesia, because if you give me too much anesthesia, I get sick. I don't know if I'm allergic to it or something like that, but if you give me a small amount, then I'm fine. Um, I guess they want to make sure I'm knocked out, and that's why they give me a lot of anesthesia, but my body can't handle that. Ever since I was little, my body couldn't handle it. I'm telling you guys, I have been through a lot that I have not shared with you that has to do with my cerebral palsy. And I want to be able to share that with you down the road. Um, with that being said, I'm just so excited that I can share my story to help someone. I'm going to say this to you. Please, from the bottom of my heart, please don't judge someone that has a disability because you may never know what's on the inside of that book. You don't judge a book by its cover because you never know what that person is going through. Please always try to look at our our abilities instead of our disabilities. And like I said, I don't let my disability define who I am. I define my disability. And people are like, what? Meaning, I don't let my disability stop me from doing what I need to do. Yes, it may slow me down, but I don't stop. I keep going, keep pushing, and I will always do that. As long as I know I'm helping somebody and making somebody's life a difference. And let me tell you, um, that goes for the people that are in my life every day. And I'm not saying that you guys aren't a part of my life, but you are part of my YouTube family. So I try to do my best for everyone. I may not get far sometimes like I would like to be, But that comes with time. I used to, like, I kid you not, guys, I used to rush time because I always thought everything needed to be done at that moment. And I'm learning now that I need to slow down. I need to slow down and think about what I'm doing before I hurt somebody else. And trust me, guys, that is not easy for me. It has never became easy for me because of personal situations. But I'm trying to get better at it. I'm trying to be strong like I should be. I'm trying to do the things that I should be doing. And I think that I came a long way. And like I said, guys, I used to not be a strong person. I have, I'm going to share this. I have very low self esteem. I always have. And I think a part of me always will. But with that being said, I'm getting better at that. When I feel good about myself, that's when I can help somebody else. And I'm starting to feel that way again. I mean, my husband had to help me with it. Because one day I said to him, I said, why would you want to be with me? I'm in a wheelchair. He goes, I don't look at the wheelchair. I look past the wheelchair. I look for what's inside your heart. And you have the most beautiful heart that from a person that I've ever met. And when he said that, I was like, you know what? I never thought about it that way because I've always had people turn me down because of my disability. Now, I've had a couple relationships, and I'm saying a couple, which would be two, besides my husband. And I can honestly say, guys, he has held up his word. And what I mean by that is he's always said that he wanted to make my life better because I didn't have the best life growing up. And he's always said that he's wanted to make my life better, and he has done that. And it took me a while to realize that because I honestly thought, and I talked to him about this, I honestly thought that he was going to walk out, but he didn't. He didn't walk out. He didn't give up on me. He fought for me. I remember when we first started talking. Now, this is funny. I remember when we first started talking, I wouldn't answer him for 2 weeks because I thought he was crazy. And we met on Facebook. That's how we met. But yeah, I wouldn't answer him for 2 weeks. And then once I finally did and we talked. It took me, excuse me, it took me 2 years to go meet him from where he's at, from where he's from, before I went to meet him, because I wanted to make sure that he was a man of his word, and he is a man of his word. I can honestly say that. Because all the rest of these bums out here that I was dating just used me for my money. Now, the one gave me two beautiful kids, and the other one, he just used me for my money. And so did the other guy, but the first guy gave me two beautiful kids. And I would never change that or replace that moment. Because, yes, he's not a nice person, but I would never um, take for granted for what he has done. Because it was either me go to college and become a lawyer, or me being a mom. And I've always wanted to be a mom. I've always wanted to be a lawyer, and I still do. And, but the most important part of my life is our children and my husband. I can care less about all that other hoopla. As long as I have those three, that's all that matters. Because my family and I don't really get along. But if I have those two, or those three, I said those two because I was thinking about the kids. But those three, then I have the world. I don't need nothing else. I don't need nothing else. Um, they bring a lot of joy to my life. They make me laugh, make me cry, make me happy, make me sad. You know, and they all do it in fun. I can't think of the word I was looking for. They all do it in fun because they don't want to hurt my feelings, but yet I'd rather you be honest with me than try to hide it, and that's what they've given me. They've given me the truth and be like, yo, this is how it's gonna be. Now, my kids don't talk to me like that, but in their own way, they're like, yo, this is how it's gonna be. This is how we're gonna do it, whether you like it or not. And we'll sit down, and my husband will tell me why he thinks it has to be that way. And after that, once he explains it to me, and I don't have a problem comprehending, guys. Don't think for a second I have a problem comprehending things, because I don't. But once he sits down and explains it to me on why he thinks it should be this way, or thinks it should be that way, and 99% of the time, I'll go with him because he's 100% right. There's not a time and moment that this man has not been right. But he has given me my life back. He has given me 100% of my life back. And I appreciate that. Like I said, guys, I couldn't ask for a better person than what I already got. I couldn't ask for a better soulmate. He is the most special person in my life besides my kids. They are the most awesome people ever. Like, I'm just grinning from year to year. I don't even know what to say to you guys to make you realize what this guy has done for me. He has pulled me out of a dark place that I didn't think I was going to get out of, and that's due to my disability. And I was in a real dark place. And he promised me one day that he would come move with me, and he did that. He kept his word and did what he said he was going to do, because he was tired of me being in emotional pain, and he didn't want to see me like that no more. So he came here to be with me, and I'm forever grateful to him. Hello. I'm forever grateful for him. You know, I can't ask that man for any more than what he's given me. He's given me my strength back, my self-worth back. I'm good, how are you? He's given me my strength back, my self-worth. And he's helping me through all my mental health issues. Nobody has ever stepped up like he has. From the U.S., like he has. And that's why I am the way that I am, because of him. I've always been bold. I've always been loud. That's not gonna change. Especially when you make me mad. You don't want to make me mad, because then you'll see a different side that you don't want to see. And I hate being that way, because I've turned into somebody I don't like, and I had to change that about myself, and that's what I did. I changed a lot of things about myself. And it took me to realize that if you don't like the way that you are, change the things so you will like the person that you are. So, and next week sometime, I'm going to do a tribute to my husband. So I want you to stay tuned for that. And I'm also going to do a tribute to my daughter and my son. So stay tuned for that. Because let me tell you a little story about my son. And I think I shared this before. One day we were at the YWCA. And my son, he was about 5 years old at the time. My son, he looks at me, he says, "Mommy, I need your wheelchair." And I said, "Why do you need my wheelchair?" He said, "Because I want to cut my legs off just for a day so you're able to walk." And till this day, that story gets to me. And I looked at him, I said, "Honey, you don't want Mommy's wheelchair." He goes, "Yes, I do, Mommy. I want your wheelchair so I can cut my legs off and give them to you so you can walk for a day." And guys, I'll tell you what, I lost it. I didn't know what to say or what to think or how to feel. Because how many 5-year-olds do you know that would say something like that? Not very many I know. But I keep pushing forward and doing the things that I need to do. Or at least pushing forward and trying to do the things that I need to do. And like I said, guys, sharing these stories with you are not easy. However, they're getting better. Just from the comments that I've seen from you guys, and I appreciate all your comments. I really do. I appreciate all your comments. Now, for tomorrow's video, guys, I'm going to do the cap of the week. And then for Tuesday, I might be able to do the makeup tutorial that I've been wanting to do for you guys. Now, however, videos this week are going to be late because I have a lot of things that I need to do. So the videos are going to be late. I don't know how late they're going to be. All I know is they're going to be late this upcoming week because I have a lot of things that I need to do. And guys, I appreciate you coming back each and every day to watch my videos. And I hope it gives you strength to watch these videos. And if there's something that does not make sense to you, please leave it in the comments below and let me know so that way I can make it make sense to you. Because it may make sense to me and what I'm trying to do for you guys or help you guys with. It may not make sense to you, so if it doesn't make sense to you, then just tell me and I will, and tell me what part that you don't understand, so that way I can tell you what I meant. Because I want you guys to be more interactive than what you guys have been, and I appreciate each and every single one of you for coming back to watch my videos. I told you guys I didn't know how long this video was going to take today. I knew it was going to be long, but I didn't know how long that it was going to take. Now, with that being said, I'm going to end this video here today. But before I do that, I want to remind you, if you have not already done so, please go ahead and subscribe and make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss when I upload new videos. For those of you that are new here, if you're on the fence about subscribing, please don't be on the fence about it. Just hit the subscribe button. Because if you're on the fence about it, then to me that means you need to hear something that I'm saying. So just subscribe and make sure you tell your family and friends to subscribe. Also, please make sure you like this video as well as all my other videos. And as I always say, never say you can't, always say you can, and never give up. And from my daughter to you, try your best each and every day. Oh, I want to remind you guys, if you have not already, follow me on Instagram. Please follow me on Instagram, because there will be things on there that I don't talk about on YouTube. And it's nothing bad, it's just easier for me to do it on Instagram than sometimes do it on YouTube. And please make sure you again, please make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube and like my Facebook page. And I will leave all that in the description below. And with that being said, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Again, I don't know what time this week that the videos will be uploaded. Just be patient. They will be uploaded. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.